Has your wife ever said something like, "I don't trust you anymore. I don't know if I can keep doing this. Something has to change." Or maybe the conversation hasn't even happened yet, but you can feel it. The distance, the tension, the emotional disconnection. The look in her eyes when she wonders if you're telling the truth. If that's happening in your relationship, this may be the most important video you watch all year. Because most men think they're fighting a pornography problem when the reality is, they're watching their marriage slowly bleed out while trying to solve the wrong problem. My name is Russell Beebe. I'm a licensed mental health counselor, a certified sex addiction therapist and coach, and a man who personally struggled with sex and porn addiction for many years. This addiction nearly destroyed my life. It nearly destroyed my relationships. And one of the most painful realizations I ever had was I wasn't just hurting myself, I was hurting the people I loved most. Today I've been sexually sober for more than 16 years. Not because I became stronger, not because I finally found enough willpower, but because I learned something that changed everything. And if your marriage is suffering, I want to share that with you today. Most men don't come looking for help because pornography is ruining their day or ruining their lives. They come because they're terrified of losing something they love. Their wife, their family, their children, their future, their reputation, their legacy. I've talked to thousands of men who never thought they would be in this position. Good men, successful men, men who genuinely loved their wives. Yet they found themselves lying, hiding, making promises they can't keep, watching trust disappear and wondering, how did I get here? Most men think, if I can just stop the behavior, everything will be okay. That makes sense. If pornography created the damage, stopping the pornography would fix the damage, right? Unfortunately, that's not how relationships work, and it's not how addiction works. You stop, you promise you're gonna stop, you stay sober for a week, maybe two, then you relapse. Or maybe you don't relapse, but the relationship still feels broken because trust didn't come back. And that's confusing. Many men say, "I'm doing better, so why isn't she?" The simple answer is this: sobriety and trust are not the same thing. One of the hardest things for men to understand is betrayal trauma. Many men believe if she never finds out, nobody gets hurt, or as long as I stop, everything should go back to normal, right? But from the partner's perspective, the experience is completely different. Her reality has been shaken. The person she trusted most in the world has been hiding something significant. Now she questions everything: the past, the present, the future. She becomes hypervigilant, anxious, fearful, constantly searching for signs that something isn't right. Not because she's trying to punish you, but because she's trying to feel safe for herself. And this is where many men make the critical mistake. They focus entirely on stopping the behavior while ignoring the relationship damage left behind. This is where I discovered something that changed my whole recovery. I learned that I didn't have an acting out problem, I had a life problem, a sober problem, what I now call RID, restless, irritable, and discontent. RID was the driving behavior, and until I addressed the RID, nothing changed. No amount of promises, no amount of guilt, no amount of shame, no amount of white knuckling. Once I started healing RID, the obsession started to disappear. And when the obsession disappeared, I finally started showing up differently in my relationship. One thing I've learned after helping thousands of men, most men wait too long. They wait until separation papers arrive, they wait until their wife says she's done, they wait until they're sleeping in separate bedrooms for months. They wait until the relationship is on life support. And the truth is, the bottom can always get lower. The relationship can always get worse. Trust can always erode further. You don't have to wait for that. So the goal isn't just about stopping the behavior. The goal is becoming a trustworthy person again. The goal is becoming emotionally available again. The goal is becoming the husband and father you want to be. That's why we created our recovery framework. Phase 1, establishing sexual sobriety. Phase 2, building a recovery routine. Phase 3, heal RID and address the root causes. Phase 4, create lasting freedom and long-term trusting behaviors built on trust. Because rebuilding trust requires more than just not acting out. It requires becoming a different man. Inside our program, we help men create that transformation, not through shame, not through punishment, but through structure, education, accountability, coaching, community, and a proven framework that really works. If your marriage is struggling, if trust has been damaged, if you're tired of promising yourself you'll change and wondering whether she'll believe you this time, schedule a confidential recovery session. We'll look at your situation, help you identify what's keeping you stuck, and create a personalized recovery plan. No pressure, no judgment, just clarity. I can tell you this, doing nothing almost never improves the situation, and many men wish they had taken action sooner. Click the button or link near this video and schedule your recovery session today.